Thank you. Today, I'm pleased to present to you an image that I captured of a catalyst. In chemistry, as in the real world, a catalyst is something that accelerates change. The change that my collaborator, Dr. Will Records, my advisor, Professor Angela Belcher, and I want to accelerate is a transformation of the way we make our fuels and plastics. You see, so much of our modern environment is built on the products of ancient photosynthesis. Over eons of time, water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide were combined via photosynthesis to make sugars that make leaves and bark and trunks. Over eons more time, those ancient leaves and bark and trunks were buried under intense heat and pressure until they became the fossil fuels that we use today. They are critical not just for transportation, but to heat our homes, power our grid, and act as the raw material for everything from polyester fabrics to medical devices. Yet when we use these fossil fuels and we use the energy of ancient sunlight, we also release the ancient carbon as carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. But what if, like nature, we could pull the carbon that we need from the air and not from the ground? We would need special catalysts to do this that could take water, carbon dioxide, and electricity to make the fuels and plastics that we need. We would have to go faster than nature does. We don't have eons, but biology can still help us solve this problem. Biology is an expert at making high-performance materials. Think of seashells, which are 98% the same as chalk. That is, they're 98% calcium carbonate. Chalk snaps easily, it crumbles in your fingers, but seashells have a toughness, a rigidity, even a beauty, and that comes from an extra 2% content that is protein. And the protein carefully arranges those calcium carbonate atoms into a crystalline structure. Biology does this everywhere. Think of the oxygen in your blood that is carried by hemoglobin, which is a complex of iron and protein. In our research, we use biology to inspire and guide the creation of high-performance materials like catalysts through the blending of proteins and minerals. The image before you now is a bio-inspired catalyst built to help produce fuels and plastics from water, carbon dioxide, and electricity. Each of these pillars is made of copper metal, carefully arranged atom by atom to help us investigate the best way to convert carbon dioxide into the products we need. The pillars are about 10,000 times larger here than they are in real life. We made this catalyst and many others like it using a process called electrodeposition, or sometimes electroplating, which is the method by which the nickel core of a penny gets coated with copper. We made these catalysts from a bath of dissolved copper, using electricity to drive copper ions onto the surface of our catalyst and slowly build up layers and layers of metal. But we introduced a biological twist, which is that we added engineered proteins to the bath that changed the way that the copper formed its structure. This is not unlike the way that protein changes the structure of chalk as it is built into seashells. The picture on the right shows what our catalyst looks like at the laboratory scale with the naked eye. With this catalyst, we hope to answer questions about how catalyst structure can dictate which fuels and plastics get made from carbon dioxide and water. The ultimate goal is to replace fossil fuel inputs at refineries with carbon that's harvested from the air. And many labs and companies are continuing to pursue scale-up of catalysts for this chemical reaction. I was sitting alone in a room with no windows when I first saw these pillars. But when I did, I immediately thought of all of you. And I took an extra 20 minutes to capture a single high-resolution image that I hoped that I would be able to share with you today. It is my prayer that catalysts like this one will help accelerate our ability to harvest and use carbon dioxide from the air. Science is a team sport, and I would like to thank the many folks who contributed to the work behind this image, especially my advisor, Professor Angela Belcher, my collaborator and lab mate, Dr. Will Records, and also Dr. Nicole Bone of the MIT ISN, who taught me how to use the microscope that captured my image. Many thanks also to Shell, the Sloan Foundation, and MIT Biological Engineering, who helped fund this work. Thank you.